Central, and you have a live look at an ongoing severe weather outbreak across portions of southeastern Texas, southwestern Louisiana, and southwestern Arkansas. Right now, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Logansport, Texas. This is for half-dollar sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So if you are included in this severe thunderstorm warning, make sure that you are moving indoors and away from windows immediately. We've also got ourselves several other stronger thunderstorms on the north side of Houston, Texas. A couple of them have been rotating a little bit, and we have been watching those quite closely. However, none of them have really gotten that close to producing yet. If we take a look at the velocities, we can see that just every now and again, one of these cells manages to muster up just a little bit of rotation, but because of the clustery storm mode, luckily these have not been able to produce yet. I'd say the most intense rotation that we have right now would be with our storm near Willis, but again, it's kind of clustered up here with like 3 other storms. There's not really a good way for it to be able to produce. So right now, we're just watching for a lot of damaging winds, a lot of large hail, heavy rain, and all that nasty stuff. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with these storms. Again, these are very powerful storms. It's just they're not very tornadic because, again, we don't really have any discrete supercells like we were expecting that we might. So there is a little pocket here northeast of Houston that has a empty hole here where we could see a supercell try and develop, and if there were to be one to develop in this area, then that would definitely have the potential to become tornadic, because again, this is the perfect environment out of everything that we have today, and overall, it is a semi-discrete environment here. We do have a kind of a cluster of showers here, likely decreasing the instability, but overall, this should still be a decent spot for any storms to try to produce a tornado if any were to develop here. So we gotta hope that they all stay out of the northeastern Houston region. Again, in my opinion, this area has the greatest tornado threat as of right now if we were to see a storm come through that region. But again, right now, we've only got the one severe thunderstorm warning. That is off to the southwest of Shreveport, Louisiana. Again, this is kind of in the quad state region of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas here. This is a big old line of thunderstorms producing some damaging winds and, again, some half-dollar sized hail. So if you're in Logansport, get ready for that. Make sure you're moving indoors and away from windows. This will be coming in within the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the stream chat, so if anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to leave those all down below. Try to answer them accurately and honestly, because again, we've got ourselves a big day of severe weather still ahead of us, whether we see tornadoes or not, alright? We're going to be talking about damaging winds and large hail for sure. Tornadoes, we're going to hope that they stay kind of a tertiary threat to this event, and we don't really see any, but it is definitely possible that we do end up seeing a couple of tornadoes today. In fact, I'd say it's still somewhat likely. Now, we did just get a new special weather statement for that storm that we were mentioning near Willis, Texas. Again, this is the one that does have some very minimal rotation with it. This is warned for 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts and pea-sized hail, so if you are included in this special weather statement, make sure that you are getting indoors. Again, this is for Willis and New Waverly. What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. Arks Asylum, Kevin, Mr. Twister, Random Texan Guy. Yeah, the Day 3 enhanced risk did just come out here for portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana, as well as Arkansas here. Not only is it a Day 3 risk, but it is also a Day 3 hatched risk. So that means that one of the 3 things is true. It's going to be a significant damaging wind threat, a significant large hail threat, or a strong tornado threat. Now, due to the fact that this hatched risk does not go outside of the 30% zone, I mean, I guess that this is either for wind or hail, but again, we definitely could see an upgrade to a 10% hatched tornado risk as well. And in fact, I'd say that if we're going to get a 10% hatched risk today, it would be kind of silly for them to not eventually issue one on Saturday. So I think that we'll definitely end up seeing a hatched risk for tornadoes on Saturday as well. So again, we'll be live obviously Saturday. We'll also be live tomorrow, but tomorrow's just kind of the remnants of this event, so it's not going to be anything super crazy. Give me just a second here. I just realized the layout is on tornado warning, isn't it? Sorry. I had that set up for earlier because I was kind of expecting things to be more active than they actually are. Let's fix that. Alright, so the severe thunderstorm warning literally just got canceled for our line of storms approaching Shreveport, so we are down to no severe warnings. This is a very, again, boring start, but that's what we like to see. Again, I'd still be watching these storms here north of Houston, because these, in my opinion, have the greatest chance to produce a tornado in the short term here. Again, especially as these push eastward into a more discrete environment. Again, they are still kind of clustery, but if we were going to see a storm produce a tornado, it would be one of the two. Again, this one has some broad rotation near Tomball. Just a sec. me go ahead and get this stream pushed out. But yeah, again, it's looking like this is going to be a big old bust of an event, which is good. Again, the past few runs of the HRRR have made it clear that we are not going to see nearly as many discrete cells as we were expecting, and that makes the 30% hatch risk that NATOcast put out look a little stupid. Hold up. So again, literally no severe warnings at this point. I was thinking about pushing back the stream till like 2:30 or 3, and honestly, I probably should have done that, but you know, what are you going to do? Too late now. We still do have some stronger storms to watch that, again, are trying to muster up some rotation here. They're just not doing a whole lot of a great job. I will say we do have a few thousand customers that have lost power already across portions of Texas from some of these storms with the stronger wind gusts. We got some folks in Lufkin without power, some folks in Madisonville without power from our storm that we were actually live for earlier today. Or one of the storms we were live for earlier today. Alright. But again, so far, things are pretty tame. Today definitely could, it could be a flop. It's definitely possible. Again, still a couple of cells here on the north side of Houston that I would watch out for. But outside of that, there's not a lot to look at right now. If we take a look at the HRRR model here, we can see that we are not, again, expecting a very good storm mode. By, say, 3 p.m. here, we've got ourselves, they did just update the SPC, by the way. We'll check that out in a second. But by 3 p.m., we've got ourselves a bunch of clustery storms with some big-time hail everywhere across extreme eastern Texas, northwest Louisiana, and southwest Arkansas. By 5 p.m., the tornado threat is literally over. It will all just be a big-time wind and hail threat, and really the wind and hail threat will be isolated down to Texas and Louisiana. Everywhere north of there will just be a flooding threat with that heavy rain it's looking like. And after that, say by 9 p.m., things should be done with the severe threat for today. And again, that makes me think that tomorrow we may actually see them get rid of that marginal risk. Because, I mean, just look at this. By noon tomorrow, we are dealing with virtually no even potential for severe weather. I mean, maybe a couple of stronger cells just off the coast here, but I don't think that that's really going to be able to produce anything severe-wise. It looks like by 3 or 4 p.m., the HRRR is trying to hang on to the idea of maybe some supercells in Alabama with some wind, but I really don't think it's going to be anything that crazy. So we did just get a new special weather statement for Vivian, Louisiana. This is west of Shreveport. It's for the storm that previously had a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, it's downgraded to a special weather statement now for half-inch hail. So if you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors. There's a ton of lightning with this storm as well. Sorry, I don't have chat loaded. Just a sec. Alright, see ya, orcs. Sorry, I have not been keeping up with chat. I had it loaded on top chat. I thought nobody was just messaging. When is it going to get bad in northern Houston? Right now. Literally right now. Again, we got thunderstorms rolling through North Houston with hail and wind. See ya, orcs. Yeah, very messy storm mode. Again, some of these cells are a little more discreet on the north side of Houston, but still not great. But you can see, even though they are only a little bit discreet, they are managing to muster up, again, at one point, some pretty decent rotation here. I was watching this before stream. This, honestly, if it were to continue to look like this, could have received a severe warning with the tornado possible tag, or even a tornado warning, but that fell apart very quickly. Again, nothing with that. So again, make sure to like the stream, share it with a friend if you know anybody that lives out here in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, whatever here. Again, we've got ourselves a big-time damaging wind and large hail risk. Again, maybe an isolated tornado as well across this region over the next several hours, so we'll kind of see what happens here. Give me just a sec. Again, at this point, it would really be areas northeast of Houston to watch. If any storms develop in that region, we could have ourselves a tornado risk. But again, it's a very small area. We don't really have anything in that region right now. Again, some of these cells off to the east here, I may have a little bit more faith in. But again, they're not going to be discrete at all. So again, so far, very minimal severe activity here. Again, we literally have no severe warnings right now. So again, everybody was pushing their streams back. I was like, I'll just go live right now. That was a mistake. I really was thinking about pushing it back to like 2:30, but then I didn't want people to have to wait another half hour. And again, nobody else is live right now, so we're here. We're doing it. Southwest of Houston, we have some. Yeah, we do actually have a couple storms here that are broadly rotating. Hold up. Yeah, this little storm near El Campo here. Again, the only problem is that they are not very discrete. They're a little more discrete than some of our other ones, though, I will say. Again, though, I don't think it's going to be enough for those to muster up a tornado, especially since the environmental features aren't necessarily as intense there as they are off to the northeast. I would actually bet Ryan won't be live till about 3 o'clock, or later. Because, again, nothing's really happening, and he's already pushed the stream back twice, which is, nothing against him. I mean, that's what I should have done, but I would guess it's going to be another while until he goes live. What does he have it set at? 2:15? That's what Max has it set at, too. I really doubt either of them are going live at 2:15. Because, again, there's nothing going on, really. This storm here over Willis, again, is trying to rotate. But it just got hit with a merger, so we'll see if that kills it or strengthens it. Yeah, I thought about going live for the severe warning earlier in northeast Texas. Again, it was still here whenever we started to stream, but it wasn't that intense. And again, this isn't the area we're watching for a real tornado threat either. Again, I don't know why they have the 5% toll risk going all the way through northeast Texas and northwestern Louisiana. If we see a tornado in this area at this point, I will be quite shocked, honestly. Really, I think at the next, the SPC update that just came out, I think they should have dropped the 10% hatched and cut it down to a 5. And they should have only kept that 5 over the area where the 10% hatched is. That's my opinion. Outside of that, they should add it too. But, obviously the SPC knows better than I do, so we'll see what happens. But I just don't have a lot of confidence in these storms at this point that they're going to be able to produce a tornado unless they pull off a miracle. Again, the El Campo storm and this little guy approaching Lane City have a little bit of rotation, but again, those are semi-discrete, so we'll see what happens with those. We may see him throw out a severe thunderstorm warning or something for those, or one of them at least. I'm here for just a bit, for support, honestly, as I like storms, I'm in between. I don't want to bust, but I don't want major destruction either. Yeah, obviously, we're hoping that nothing big plays out here. Again, it would be a boring stream, but obviously that's better for the folks out in southeast Texas, so thank you for the support. Again, I don't expect a lot of people to show up today since this has kind of been a big-time bust, and also there's like 13 other people live today for this, but yeah. I just noticed this. This was trying to rotate for a little bit here. This little storm over Brookshire. Gonna add a little bit of a hook echo for a little bit. And had some decent rotation. It still does actually have a hook. But look at this. It was actually trying to pick up some decent rotation there for a little bit. And again, it has a hook echo. Now, this storm, again, is not discrete. And kind of clashing into several others. But again, so are all of our other storms here. Wait for this next velocity scan here. Oh my goodness. They actually did throw out a tornado warning for the El Campo storm. Alright, so tornado warning just issued. First one of the day for El Campo, Wharton, and Lane City. If you are included in this tornado warning, seek shelter immediately. That came out of nowhere. Holy cow. Okay. Wow. Alright, so again, if you're in this area, please seek shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows and in an interior room. Again, this is a tornado warning going out for portions of east central Wharton County in southeast Texas. Alright, here we go. Things are getting going. What's up, Storm Chaser 575? So again, there's kind of two little areas of rotation in here that we're watching with this one storm. There's the one near El Campo and also the one near Lane City. In my opinion, the one near Lane City is a little bit more impressive, but it's kind of, this polygon kind of covers both of them. Again, at 2:14 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over El Campo, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. This dangerous storm will be near El Campo and Pierce around 2:20 and Wharton around 2:25. Again, if you're in this area, you need to seek shelter. We got a few decently sized towns here, especially El Campo and Wharton. Those are kind of the big ones. They're not massive towns, but they are bigger compared to everything else that we've got out here. So again, if you're just now tuning in, thank you for joining us. We have a tornado warning in effect for Wharton and El Campo, Texas. If you know anybody in this area, send them this stream. Again, this is on the southwest side of Houston here. Again, we got two little supercells here that have just managed to pull off enough rotation to warrant a tornado warning here. Alright. So again, here we go. First one of the day. So again, this is riding up Highway 59 here. Is an EF2 plus possible today? At this point, no. At this point, if we saw an EF2 plus today, I would be very surprised. But again, I would not rule out a couple of weaker tornadoes here, especially near Houston. I think that's kind of the hot spot where all this event circulates around. Yeah, I literally said earlier today they should push this enhanced stress further southwest. It's crazy. I think the only chance we have at getting a significant tornado today is, again, if this storm mode cleans up real fast. By the way, our Willis storm is picking up rotation quite a bit. So again, that's approaching Maynard, so we'll see what happens with that. Our storm near Tomball is continuing to rotate broadly, but still doing it, so we'll watch out. Things are picking up a little bit, not a ton. How's it looking for DeQuincy, Louisiana tonight? DeQuincy, Louisiana. So DeQuincy, you are in the slight risk of severe weather. So DeQuincy, you'll probably end up seeing a lot of thunderstorms that will produce some heavy rain and some wind. Maybe a little bit of hail as well. But again, the tornado threat for you looks overall pretty low. And it's mainly going to be a late nighttime threat. So you're going to see a lot of these storms overnight, as well as in the evening. Thank you, Storm Chaser 575. I appreciate it. So again, that little rotation there near Lane City is still going. Our one near El Campo is still going. Let's see. Again, our rotation near New Waverly and Hawthorne is still going, but broadly. Yeah, no problem, Jamie. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you've not already, make sure to like and subscribe so that we can get this stream out to the people that need this coverage. Because, again, a lot of people are quite concerned about today, and we're here to put their minds at ease. And, again, if there is something to be worried about, we can stay on top of it, you know. Again, right now, the only area that needs to be taking action is the Wharton area. Make sure that you are seeking shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, in an interior room, and away from windows. And again, that it's not just specifically Wharton, but just East Central Wharton County. So they actually did update this tornado warning. I figured they'd say something like this the first time, but they updated it to a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near El Campo, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. A second severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located in eastern Wharton County. So again, there's two different rotations here. So again, the one near Lane City is the one that I'm a little bit more concerned about, but again, they're both just quite weak rotations. Again, just enough kind of to prompt a tornado warning there. Again, the next area of rotation that I'll be watching is this one near New Waverly, but even that is not looking too extreme. Again, none of our rotations are really doing too much right now. Again, it's because of the messy storm mode. Again, this storm that we mentioned earlier near Brookshire is continuing to rotate, so we'll have to watch that. Again, if these were all discrete supercells like the HRRR was once predicting, we would have a massive tornado outbreak, but now it's just kind of chilling. Alrighty. Yeah, I just put that in the description just in case. You never know. And, you know, you can't please anybody, because if I put nothing burger, people will freak out and say it's not over yet. And if I put historic, then people will say it's not historic, nothing's even happened yet. So, it's hard to please everybody, you know. So again, I figured it's better to overshoot than undershoot, since this event does still have potential. And again, whenever I put that in the description, this event was still looking like it was going to be massive. So, again, just try to see where I'm coming from with that. Loud thunder and lightning just outside your house with rain. Yeah, again, this big time thunderstorm that we're watching is just northwest of you with its rotation, so again, you'll see a lot of lightning with that cell likely. Yeah, again, we're hoping that this event underperforms, but okay, so our rotation here approaching Maynard is continuing. Again, we got a lot of storm chasers in position for this one, so we'll see if we get any reports of a funnel cloud or anything. But again, our storm near Wharton is the one that is tornado warned. Again, rotation's kind of dying out on that with both little couplets there. So, yeah, this is Mother Nature's way of saying Merry Christmas. It's not very nice, is it? Alright, so let's go back to our tornado warning here. Again, if you're just now tuning in, tornado warning has been issued for El Campo, Wharton, and Lane City, Texas. If you're in this area, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows, and in an interior room. Okay, that's our only tornado warning right now, though, and we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings, luckily. Okay. Just again, don't have a whole lot of faith in this storm. Again, I'm really kind of surprised they tornado warned that. Am I going to go live Saturday? Yes, certainly. Saturday will be a big, big day. Lot of coverage. Saturday, see, I don't want to, like, overhype this event it's on, but Saturday, honestly, if it went moderate, I would not be shocked. We'll put it that way. And again, that's not me saying I'm expecting it, or me saying that it's definitely going to happen. But if it were to happen, just know it's not totally unexpected. Whenever you get a day 3 30% hatched from the SPC, usually it does go moderate day 1. Again, the enhanced risk right now is over parts of central Mississippi, west central Alabama, southeastern Arkansas, and northeastern Louisiana. Where would it go moderate? It's still a little early to say that, Jack, but if I had to guess, it would be somewhere in like Mississippi and Louisiana, somewhere around Jackson. Again, it's quite early to predict that closely, though, so we'll see. Yeah, I know. It makes it. It always feels good whenever you get a call out correct. That even the SPC doesn't. Because, I mean, again, we were talking about this like 4 hours ago, how they should have pushed the 10% hatch further southwest. So we called that one out. Everybody give yourself a little pat on the back. The rain is starting to get heavy. Yeah, the rotation's kind of picking up there, just south of the Woodlands. Hey, from Long Island, Davis Weather. What's up, EM? Thank you for tuning in. Again, make sure to like the stream if you're just now joining to help push this out to as many people as possible, because there's a lot of people today that are worried about this event, and we are here to put their mind at ease. Alright, see you, Storm Peace, 575. Thank you for tuning in. You're going to Florida, have fun. Florida, honestly, might be a spot to watch in the Panhandle on Saturday. The Day 3 outlook has it included in a marginal. I would not be surprised to see that get upgraded to a slight for wind. Your mom used to live in the Woodlands. Yeah, it's quite a populated region here. Again, it's very close to Houston. It's one of Houston's most populated suburbs, other than Pasadena, probably. So we got to look out for this. I would not be surprised to see them throw out a tornado warning for this if they're going to throw out a tornado warning for this storm. Gotcha. Yeah, anywhere other than the Panhandle should be fine. Just some rain, potentially. Okay, yeah, this rotation near Maynard is continuing. Our one near the Woodlands is continuing, but broad. And this one near Maynard looks like the problem. So. Thank you, Storm Chaser 575. See ya. Thank you for joining. And that rotation's riding right up Highway 150 there. It's looking a little concerning at this point, honestly. Again, I would watch this. I think if they're going to throw a tornado warning out for that southern storm, they should probably do one for this, honestly. You guys have a white Christmas on Long Island? Nice. Yeah, a lot of areas in New England had a very white Christmas. Okay. I don't... He said it would have to be late that he would go live because he is not home. Broadcastify reported brief tornado in Wharton County, now lifted. Who reported that? Broadcastify. What did they report it on? Is there like a post out on X, or is it just news, or what? we may have had a brief tornado with our storm in Wharton County. So, Mr. Tank, I do remember you. For everybody just not tuning in, we just had a report of a tornado in Wharton County, apparently, from Broadcastify, though it has since lifted. I'm wondering which rotation it was that produced. Was it the Lane City one or the El Campo one? Because if it's the El Campo one, that could be a problem since that's a slightly more populated area. Let's hope it was just a funnel cloud or something that they mistakenly reported for a tornado. Alright, so they did throw out a special weather statement now for the storm that we've been talking about for a while for 40-mile-an-hour winds and pea-sized hail. This is for Onalaska, Texas, and Cold Spring, Texas. I feel like we've covered this specific area a lot in history on this channel. Yeah, the rain will definitely start to take over Spring, Texas here in a couple minutes. Very heavy rain, and they did just issue a special weather statement for that storm for 40-mile-an-hour winds and pea-sized hail as well. That's kind of the tag they've been putting on all of them. Again, that storm has broad rotation with it near the woodlands. It was a bit more intense a few minutes ago near Klein, but I'm still interested in that report of a tornado from Wharton, or Wharton County, not Wharton, but somebody will have to see if they can give me more information on that. That'd be helpful. Again, apparently Broadcastify reported a tornado in Wharton County. So we'll see if we can get more information on that. Again, they're likely going to let this tornado warning go. And literally as I say that sentence, okay, that's cool. Alright. It was an emergency. Oh, okay. You don't see hail yet, but the rain is getting heavier. Yeah, you're probably not going to see hail if you're in spring. A lot of it would stay north. You never know, though. We got some 60 dBz values as part of this storm here. I'm very interested in that report, though, because, again, it could have been a couple of different things. It could have just been a funnel cloud that they saw. Again, there's two different rotations it could have been on. It could have been just a false report in general. Again, maybe, like, they didn't actually say that. Again, little interested in that. Because, again, if there was actually a brief tornado, that's something we need to know about, because that area does have a couple of towns in it. By the way, our storm here near Cold Spring is continuing to rotate broadly. Yeah, it could have just been a funnel cloud. I'd like to know a little more, because I've not seen anything else about that on social media. South of El Campo. So that would have been our Lane City rotation, but before, or was it this rotation? And it was southwest of El Campo. I didn't realize this one was this strong at this point. We had 72-mile-an-hour winds against, like, 3. We definitely could have had a weak tornado with that. I won't lie. I'm still wondering, because south of El Campo could have been either one of them. I think it would have been the one that went through El Campo, though, because this one, whenever it was south of El Campo, it was way far away, and it was not as strong. So again, it looks like we had a tornado in El Campo, Texas, just a few minutes ago. Again, definitely could have been a weak, brief touchdown there along Highway 59, so hopefully everybody's okay. But it looks like we have had a tornado today. You have a link showing the tornado? Again, I'm still somewhat worried about this rotation near Cold Spring. It is continuing to strengthen. Certainly. It's from X. If you go ahead and post it on X and then drop the link in the description, I'll check it out. Like, drop the link to your X account in the description. Or in the chat, not the description. I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe that's why the NWS kept the warning so long at radar indicated. I don't know. It was a large multi-vortex cone on eyewitness reports. What? Was it actually? Can somebody send me this? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it. Wow, yeah. I see that by Tempest Tracker. Yeah, we had a big cone tornado, actually. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. It did not look that intense on radar, but... yeah, that's a pretty big deal. That's crazy. It did not look nearly that strong on radar. That was a beautiful tornado. Alright, so at the very least, if nothing else, we had a large cone multi-vortex tornado today. Wow. I'm trying to save the image. I'm just going to do this on my phone. Let me bring up the picture of that tornado, sorry. It's loading incredibly slowly. Holy crap, dude. So here's a picture of the tornado near El Campo, Texas. Again, you can definitely see some ground circulation there. Big funnel. Wow. That is a beautiful one. Let me get stream chat up on something else really quickly. My iPad's being very slow. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Yeah, it was on the ground. I mean, there are pictures of it. That one was big. Again, that is a massive shock, because the radar imagery of it did not look anything impressive at all, really. And it was very brief, but still definitely was on the ground. Okay. So again, if you're just not tuning in, we just had a tornado on the ground near El Campo, Texas. A large cone tornado briefly touched down near El Campo. Again, likely caused some damage. Again, there's no point in pre-rating it, but it looked decently large. Again, luckily it mostly was over open fields. It was very brief, but... Alright. So again, still a lot of rotation with our storm near Evergreen. Not a lot of rotation, but some. It's quite broad, though. Same thing with our storm near Woodlock. Not a lot of storms to watch at this point for a tornado threat at the current moment. But supercell near Newton could try and do something. Semi-discreet. Looks like it was actually about to do something until this cell merger came in and crashed it. Or it was about to try and do something. There's the rotation with it. It's interesting. Again, hopefully everybody in El Campo took shelter. There was not a lot of lead wait time with that tornado warning. And again, it was a big one, unexpectedly. Who would have thought large cone multi-vortex tornado in December, late December. Again, I was really hoping, whenever we started the stream, that since the storms were in a very clustery mode, that we were not going to see anything like that. But unfortunately, all it takes is 5 seconds in an environment like this for something to pop off. And that one did. Again, thank goodness it was only on the ground for a couple minutes. It might have not even been in El Campo. It might have been just on the edge of town, and that's what we're hoping for. But if a tornado like that goes through a town, usually causes some damage. So... Again, I only saw the one picture of it. I'm not looking at other pictures right now. We're trying to assess these other storms here, but we'll come back to that later. Again, I still firmly believe that if we have any supercells try and pop up in this region, northeast of Houston, they will produce a tornado, most likely. Or at least get close. Luckily we don't have any doing that, but it's only a matter of time, I would think. Again, anywhere in this little area here. Again, that's the most discrete region for any of these storms. Here's something to watch. Something coming onto shore here near Lake Jackson has a little bit of time to be discreet. It's not very developed, though. Alright, so the special weather statement for El Campo storms has been allowed to expire. Again, north of Houston here, mainly this is just going to be a massive light show at this point and also a flooding threat. Apparently just off the coast here, we had a good near 4 inches of rain in some spots with the, what even caused that? Had to have been hours ago. Or we just can't see it with the radar, I guess, potentially. But then how can we see it, the precip that it picked up? I don't know. Is my chat glitched, or is just nobody saying anything? Okay, yep. My chat was glitched. My fault. Let's see. Yeah, I did get a phone for Christmas. Getting reports of porch and tree damage. From where? El Campo? Sun just came in. Feel like a zombie. I've not been outside all day. Max says tornado on the ground and Warden unwarned? Seriously? Did he actually say that? It's gotta be like a landspout or something. What's up, Patty? Confirmed by emergency management. Alright. See ya, Jack. Alright. Tornado on the ground. I'm west of Houston, just having some rain so far. Yeah, the west side of Houston so far is just going to be these little thunder showers. You'll see some lightning, hear some thunder, get a little bit of rain, but for right now, you're fine. Again, that may change later, though. Well, apparently we have another unwarned tornado in Wharton, according to emergency management. So if you are in this area, seek shelter. It's crazy. Okay. Well, let me change the title here if we actually have a tornado on the ground. Yeah, actually, it's good. Okay, so Weston told you, okay. Again, a couple more rotations here on the north side of Houston to watch, northwest side of Houston. Little bit of strengthening of rotation near Corville. This is pushing northeast towards Klein and Spring. Again, it's nothing major, but a little bit of rotation there. Likely just going to pack a punch with some wind, briefly. Again, our storm north of here still has some broad rotation near Wolf Creek and Cold Spring. Did he not bring it up? I can't check right now, guys, so you guys will have to let me know. Alright. Okay. So again, still a few rotations here on the far north side of Houston. Again, this one near Klein is trying to wrap up further. Again, make sure to like the stream, share it with a friend if you can. If you know anybody out here, make sure to send them this. Again, we are watching a Severe weather outbreak / potentially tornado outbreak unfold across parts of southeast Texas. Again, a lot of supercells right now trying to fire. They're not discrete, though, so that's what's stopping them from producing tornadoes, luckily. This little line of supercells here, every single one of them has a little bit of rotation, but look, they're all about to crash into these other storms, and that's what's been stopping all of our storms so far. I will say this one, near Holiday Lakes, is not going to have as big of a crash. It's got very weak minimal rotation, but we'll see. We had some rotation near Bay City earlier as well. What's up, Matt? How's it going? Alright, so again, our storms north of Houston still have special weather statements associated with them for some gusty winds and small hail. I think this next velocity update could be quite consequential for checking some of the rotations with these here. Give it a few seconds. And how's everybody's day going? Mine's going pretty well. Again, Saturday is going to be big. Very big. You're doing well? Nice. Glad to hear it. But yeah, Saturday will be far bigger than today is. Again, we will have to do a forecast, a very in-depth forecast on Saturday, because it's a very complicated but worrisome setup. What's up, Airborne? Again, there's always like an appetizer event before the big events, and this is kind of the appetizer. Again, Saturday is going to be big. The video of tornado damage on X is from Christmas Eve. Yeah, I haven't even seen any damage, so... Yeah, we did have an unwarned tornado on Christmas Eve, though. Which was a bit of a shock. They should have kept the tornado risk. The SPC should have, in my opinion. But, again, what can you do at this point? There's no point in complaining 2 days after it happened. A lot of rotations, again, gradually weakening. Okay, again, this one near Klein is catching my eye every time we look at velocities. And you're just trying to do some stuff. Stuffed. Again, big time hailstorm here north of Newton. Again, this one was trying to rotate earlier. Kind of developed a little hook echo again. A lot of mergers crashing into it. I'll have to see if that helps or hurts it. Again, it's not very discrete though. Again, I maintain, if any of these storms get into the little pocket of nothingness here, east of Houston, that's when we have a problem. Seems to be significant damage in El Campo. Really? That's not good. Again, I was hoping that it was not on the ground in El Campo, but unfortunately it's looking like it was. It's not good. Let's see. El Campo. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm seeing that video now of the tornado. It was very strong for a second. Wow. I would like to see a picture of the damage on seeing our pictures of the actual tornado. Still helps out though. What's up? It's bruh. What do you think of a moderate risk on day 3? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Again, I'd say it's a 35% chance at this point. If it does go moderate, I don't think it'll be a 15% hatched tornado risk. I think it would be a 45% hatched wind risk. I think that we have a good chance of seeing a big time wind event on Saturday. Again, tornadoes will be a big threat as well, don't get me wrong. Again, I think we'll definitely see at least a 10% hatch tornado risk, but I wouldn't be shocked to see a derecho potential tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Saturday, sorry. Definitely not tomorrow. Okay. And there we go. So they did throw out the tornado report here. And this was northeast of El Campo, so it does look like there was a second tornado, unless the report was just coming from here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Because it says in El Campo. But still a little iffy on what happened. Again, we know there was a tornado on the ground for a few minutes. We know that. We know it was a big cone for a little bit, kicking a lot of dust up into the air. The storm north of Newton finally got a special weather statement, by the way. That is for 50-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. If you're in Newton, or north of Newton, rather, make sure you're getting indoors. Newton's fine. It looks like it was developing a very intimidating Cook Echo, but it's actually just a cell merger, so don't let that shock you. Actually, you know what? Yeah, this came from 232, or 225, so yeah, that has to be just the original tornado again. I think it was just the one. This little cell near Aliyah looks somewhat interesting. Storm near Klein is still packing a little bit of broad rotation. We're getting frequent radar updates like every 2 minutes now, so that's good. Got a few more rotations starting to kick up here, so we'll see what happens. Alright, Lane City. A little bit of rotation east of there again. That is one of the ones that originally was... No, it's not. It was not one of the ones in our tornado warning. This is one of the storms we mentioned a few minutes ago, though. Again, it's literally the Three Musketeers, but supercells. They're all about the same level of intensity, all have about the same chance of producing, which is very low. Again, this one near Lane City, though, I'd watch, because this has a very similar radar look to the one that went through El Campo, so something to look out for. We didn't have a TDS on the El Campo one, did we? There's no way. Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, you're in a big risk Saturday. Again, the risk would be focused mostly to your southwest, but you are in a risk Saturday, that's for sure. I think you're in the marginal. Yeah. Yeah, definitely could see some wind up there in North Alabama. I would not doubt that. Again, we mentioned this as well, the little Lake Jackson storm here. This has room to grow near Freeport. Oh my gosh. We may see a tornado with that in the next couple minutes. Rotation is definitely something with that one. We may have just had a water spout that swept onto shore, actually. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to just start making call-outs like that whenever we can't confirm it, but it's possible. We may have definitely just had a water spout sweep on a shore near Freeport. That is quite concerning. Again, if you're just not tuning in, we may have just had a water spout sweep on a shore near Freeport, Texas. It's looking not great. Again, that is, if it's, oh, dude, I hope that's not a water spout, because, again, that is going right into Freeport. Did you see that? One expired and one immediately got reissued at the same time. It's like they switched places. New special weather statement for North Cleveland, Texas for pea-sized hail and 40-mile-an-hour winds, a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain with this storm again. If we get out of this without some sort of flood warning for areas north of Houston, I'd be surprised. Again, that definitely could have just been something that swept on shore near Freeport. We've got to watch that, for sure. Our rotation near Splendora is kind of, again, going back and forth between weak and moderately strong, and it's not looking like it's going to do much. Again, our storm north of Newton is just going to be a hail threat and a wind threat. A lot of rain and lightning with it as well. No tornado threat, though, luckily. What do things look like from Texas City? Very bright. That means there's a lot of instability out here. Yeah, velocities were really, not really strong, I shouldn't say that, but they were a little on the stronger side there for a second. We were measuring about 75 against, say, 25. Well, no, but it could have produced a water spout that swept onto shore. That's definitely possible. And we mentioned this one too, the one near Elief, approaching downtown Houston, is developing some rotation, so it's over at Hunters Creek Village, northwest side of Houston. A little bit of rotation again with our Bay City storm is trying to redevelop here. I guess this is actually a different one from the one that originally went near Bay City with rotation. As long as this doesn't crash into anything else, I could see that being a problem. So we'll hope that it gets hit by like a merger or something and it weakens, but we'll see. Still not sure what's going on with that little Freeport storm there. No CC drop or anything, obviously, but doesn't necessarily mean that it wasn't on the ground. Okay. Getting a little dead zone here. If any little cell pops up in here, we could have a problem. This one isn't something to worry about because it's traveling north, so it'll eventually crash into our storm up here, but in our Bay City storm, there definitely has some rotation. Very noticeable. Some rotation as well near Lock Ridge. A couple more cells as well, sweeping onto shore here from the Gulf. Again, the main event today so far has definitely been southwest of Houston. And I'd say, for anybody wondering why this is not performing like the SPC was expecting, It all comes down to storm mode. If these were discrete supercells, we could have a massive tornado outbreak, but because they're not, they're all clustered up together, we are, just seeing a tornado every now and then. I mean, so far we've only seen one. It was quite big, but it was brief. We've only seen one. So, it's just one of those things that, one little hiccup in the environment can change the entire course of an outbreak, and that's what's happening here. So for everybody just now tuning in, we've been live for a little over an hour now covering severe weather and tornadoes across parts of southeast Texas. Right now we are watching a couple of supercells down southwest of Houston that are trying to rotate and produce a potential tornado. Alright, see you, Matt. Again, these are spinning quite a bit. The Teague, Texas was in the F0. Yeah, I kind of figured that. But again, some of these cells southwest of Houston are trying to spin up a decent bit and potentially produce a tornado. So again, we got to watch these. It's a decent environment. It's not great, but it's something for them to work with. Again, I'd also be watching areas east of Houston for a potential supercell to try and pop up and produce a tornado. But right now, that's not happening, luckily. So yeah. Again, some of these ones in downtown Houston have a little bit of rotation, but not a ton. Again, the one to watch there, if you're going to watch one in Houston, would be the one in Hunters Creek Village. And we'll see what that looks like on the next radar scan, but I would bet it's going to be a little less impressive. And definitely some broad rotation there, if nothing else, though. But again, these cells are struggling, so that's good news. Okay, give me one.
Well, no, I just brought one for me. You can go get one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the Hunters Creek Village storm that we've been watching just got a special weather statement for gusts up to 40 miles an hour. And they also mentioned, they put the little tag on here, this storm may intensify, so we gotta watch that one. Again, we've been talking about it for like 30 minutes, but now the NWS finally is as well. Again, make sure to like the stream if you've not already. Okay. It's getting southeast of Lake Jackson here. We may have something trying to develop with this. Again, though, as of right now, not a lot going on. New special weather statement for a storm here north of Newton. It's just expanded into Louisiana, includes the town of Many. 40-mile-an-hour winds and half-inch hail. If you're on or near the Toledo Bend Reservoir, get out of the water and move indoors or inside a vehicle. Storm may intensify, so be certain to monitor local radio. It's also developing quite the hail core, so I would not be surprised to see it go severe soon, at least for hail and wind. Again, really, if you want to see a tornado at this point, you would have to be somewhere south of this blue line. Kind of inside that box there. So, again, our special weather statement does technically include downtown Houston, but downtown Houston is fine. Get a little bit of rotation near Hunters Creek Village is what we're watching. See if we get any reports of that with that storm, because it is quite a populated area. Again, though, don't go outside and try to look for that thing. Just make sure you're getting indoors. Is my chat frozen again, or is just nobody typing? Just nobody's typing, okay. We've been live here for over an hour now. Still watching our Houston storm. We did just get a new special weather statement for Pearland, Texas for the storm a little further south. This is for the threat of, you guessed it, 40-mile-an-hour winds and pea-sized hail. It's got a little hook echo there as well, a little bit of rotation. So Iowa Colony, Brookside Village, Pearland, make sure you're getting indoors. Arcola. The 3:11 p.m. scan here looks to intensify the Houston supercell. Not necessarily on velocities, though, so that's good. A little surprising, but that's good, obviously. But still, Somerset Green, right over you there. Northeast of Bay City, that cell will need a merger. It's in a decent environment. Let's check it out. Yeah, this little guy, yeah, it's not very far developed. Again, some rotation here as well with our Iowa Colony storm. So, we'll see. Again, all these storms are just strong with some rotation. I feel like that's kind of been the general pattern of today. Not a lot of severe storms, not a lot of tornadoes. We had one tornado today. That one was decently strong, though. I will say that much. I would not be surprised to see that get an EF1 rating. Again, I don't condone pre-rating, but since it's already over, if I had to take a stab at it, it would probably be EF0 to EF1. It was not ridiculously strong. It's just it did not look... it didn't even look like it was on the ground on radar, so that's why I'm somewhat surprised by it. So again, how is everybody doing? Let me know where you're watching from. Alright, 313 scan continues to look impressive for the Houston supercell. The velocities are tightening. Again, it's semi-discrete and will stay that way for quite a while. I would not be shocked if this were to be our next storm to get a tornado warning if it continues to strengthen. Again, that is just a classic supercell. Very, not very impressive, but somewhat impressive hook echo there. Inflow winds going into the storm. We've definitely seen weaker storms get a tornado warning, I'll say that much. Definitely has happened before. Again, a lot of these are taking that little mini supercell shape. Alright, so our special weather statement for the north side of Newton expires here. Again, there has been a special weather statement issued for it down the line. Wall cloud trying to develop with this storm on a camera. The Houston one. That would not shock me, honestly. Let's see. Let's see if I can find a Houston live cam. Houston Heights camera. Oh, okay. That cell fell apart this scan. Not necessarily fell apart, but did not look great. Alright, so yeah, there is quite a bit of scuddy action with this storm as well, actually. Which, again, doesn't mean anything. It's just warm air rising into the storm, but... May have a little bit of a scud NATO trying to develop. Which, again, are completely harmless, but just fun to note. Again, our storms here near Beaumont are not discrete, so they will not produce a tornado anytime soon. Again, the one to watch would be the one in downtown Houston, which is kind of the last spot we want it to be in this event. Luckily, it will exit the metro soon, though. It's right near Independence Heights, right near the intersection of Interstate 45 and 610. Alrighty. We will have the 18Z GFS coming in soon, or starting to come in soon. Little rotation just popped through spring from the storm that we mentioned a while ago. The Pearland storm is kind of falling apart. Got hit by some destructive mergers, I think. Let's see. Our storm right along the state line, the Texas-Louisiana state line, is, again, mainly just a hailer, a little bit of wind. Not anything crazy, though. That's for sure. And, again, downtown Houston, still the one to watch. As it has been for quite a while. Again, the further north you go, the less cape there is. So, that and also the storm mode's quite a bit more messy. So it's going to be hard for any storms to become tornadic, really anywhere in this area. Also, temperatures are quite a bit lower, dew points are quite a bit lower. Rotation near Sugarland might be trying to tighten up. It's hard to say, though. Even if it is, it's not doing a great job at it. Again, I can't tell if my chat's frozen or if it's just nobody's saying anything, but... let's check the 20ZH-RRR. Not looked at it yet. So, again, 4 p.m. we are expecting just a lot of hail, a lot of wind. Again, at this point, there's not really going to be any discrete storms left. It's looking like by 9 p.m. the tornado threat goes down to 0. There's no way we get a tornado after 9 p.m. Again, big old line of wind and hail, but no tornadoes. And that kind of continues throughout tomorrow morning. Again, tomorrow morning we will probably have a stream out, or tomorrow afternoon or something. Again, by 7 a.m., just a lot of heavy rain really across Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky. Nothing too much to worry about. So again, if something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen soon here, because by, again, like 6 p.m., there's not gonna be much of a chance that we see a tornado, even an embedded one. I will say our Sugarland storm, again, is developing a hook echo, and it's got some rotation on the high-res velocities. Not very discrete, though, by any means. It's just discrete enough, I'd say. Yeah, it's kind of getting killed by this storm near Rosenberg, so again, this is the good ending. If you want to put it like that. Again, if you're just not tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, still watching our storm on the north side of Houston, near Melrose Park. Still discreet, still strong. And the storms near Beaumont, we can't say the same thing. Not discreet, not strong. So, again, we'll see this next velocity scan here. Yeah, if this Houston storm, again, if there were better lapse rates, and I think as well if the storm mode was a little less messy, this storm could have been devastating, especially because of the population of the area that it's in. You're gonna 3D print. Okay, kind of wish I didn't read that. But yeah, again, all these storms, really all they're going to do is rack up a big-time flooding threat. And even that isn't looking too intense. Again, somehow this is saying that downtown Houston did not pick up any rain at all. That's definitely not true. But that was also a little bit of an old scan. At this point, they could cancel the severe watch for northeast Texas, northwest Louisiana, and southwest Arkansas. These are just thunder showers. And the tornado watch really could be condensed quite a bit further south. We did get a hail report from northeast of Nacogdoches. Quarter-sized hail, 1:28 p.m. a couple hours ago, but that was with our storm that was severe warned at the start of the stream. I do believe. Just a little bit before the stream, though. Our Houston storm is much less discreet now. We've had a bunch of little mergers pop up here, so hopefully that'll kill it. So again, hopefully that one's on the downward trend there. What's up, Sai? How's it going? Again, if you're just now tuning in, make sure to like the stream. We are currently watching a severe weather outbreak across parts of southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana. Earlier, we had a strong tornado near El Campo, Texas, that ended up likely producing some damage. So again, we've got ourselves a little bit of an event to watch here. Again, 10% hatched risk for tornadoes across southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana. Seeing more videos and pictures of the El Campo tornado. And it was a very photogenic tornado. It was very beautiful. And I see a lot of people talking about the Houston storm on social media. I wouldn't worry too much about it at this point, honestly. I think it's just kind of chilling. But yeah. Alright. Sorry, that was so loud. They went ahead and issued a special weather statement again for our Newton storm here. Again, these are two different National Weather Service offices, so two different special weather statements. It's for 50-mile-an-hour winds and half-inch hail this time, not the typical 40-mile-an-hour winds and pea-sized hail that we've been seeing today. Again, it is generally a pretty impressive storm, but it's not discreet in any way. Again, it's mostly just a big-time hail threat. And get a little bit of wind. Wouldn't worry about it. Again, I wouldn't worry about any of the storms at this point, but... Is RHY even live yet? I don't think he is. When did he push his stream back to? Or is he just not going to go live today? That's possible. Let's actually see. Ryan Hall. He's pushed his stream back to 4:30. I think that's an interesting decision because I think by 4:30... every bit of the tornado threat will have decreased a significant amount from what it is now. And again, now it's not even incredibly high. We do have a little bit of rotation with our storm near West Columbia. That's just a little thunder shower, really. But something to watch. Yeah, our Houston Storm's rotation is dying. It is dead. Our storm near Pearland has some higher velocities. It's quite broad rotation, though. But we are talking about, 35 against, say, 25 here. So, again, we'll watch to see if that gets any tighter. I doubt it will, though, because, again, it's not discreet whatsoever. Again, some of our beans and the Gulf are starting to sweep onto shore. They're strengthening while doing so, so we'll have to watch those for a water spout to sweep onto shore or something. So the Storm Prediction Center did just issue a mesoscale discussion here talking about our tornado threat. If we go ahead and pull that up on your screen here, this was 3 minutes ago. The severe threat continues to spread into far southeast Texas. So they're still highlighting that they're, maybe a decent threat for some severe weather here in southeast Texas. Notice they didn't mention anything about tornadoes. But again, severe weather, definitely still a possibility here in the far southeast corner of the Lone Star State. I don't think I've ever called Texas the Lone Star State till now. I don't know, again, is my chat frozen or is nobody saying anything? Because about 50% of the time it's one thing and 50% it's the other. Okay, nobody's saying anything. Alright. Again, the lag today is wild. Alrighty. So, our special weather statement for Houston has expired. Again, some of these little beans here in the Gulf are about to sweep onto shore. Give me one sec. I think if within the next several minutes here things don't kind of pick up, we may be able to call today mostly a bust. Again, we did have that one tornado in El Campo, so it definitely wasn't an entire bust, but I'd say it was a nothing burger. Let's wait for this next velocity scan here. See if anything's strengthening or not. Again, I think today could have gone significantly worse. I do. I really do. Something's going on here with radar with our Dayton, Texas storm. Quite a bit of contamination there. I promise you the velocities are not that strong. There may be some broad rotation in there, but definitely not nearly as bad as it looks. And some of our beans are becoming a little bit further developed out here in the Gulf. I like calling them beans. Beautiful sunset on the East Coast right now. What did I just do? We got something going on northwest of Houston here. What's up, Mr. Storm? We just had a significant uptick in rotation with our storm near Willowbrook. We gotta watch that. It's quite strong, quite tight, in a populated area. We may see that try to produce something if it goes too much further. Again, this is southwest of Spring, Texas. Again, it's semi-discrete. It's got a hook echo. I would watch this. This could be concerning here. Again, this is going to approach Bammel and Westfield. It's going to cross Interstate 45. We'll wait for another velocity scan to come in before we make a decision here. This could just be a one scan thing, but it's quite tight, relatively strong. No, only one tornado so far. Only one that we can confirm, anyway. But yeah, this has been a big time nothing burger for the most part. Again, that all changes here, though, if this cell decides to do something nasty. Okay, well, the reflectivity presentation doesn't look nearly as impressive anymore, so that's good. Let's check velocities. We'll wait for the scan here. The rotation will be right in here near I-45. Okay, yeah, it's broadening out. We will continue to watch that, though, for sure. Again, we've been talking about this for so long near Eve. Or just several different cells moved through Eve, but now there's another one. Southeast of town, broad rotation, decently strong. Same story. Again, not going to produce anything in the near future, but maybe if the storm mode clears up a little bit, it'll try to do something, but I just don't think that's going to happen at this point. Broad rotation over Brookside Village as well with our Pearland storm still. Again, not a great storm mode though. What's up, Mr. Twister? Again, we are watching this little cell on the far north side of Houston here. A little scan ago, we had some decently tight rotation. It's still decently strong, so we're going to watch it as it crosses I-45. Okay, we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here for things to watch, though, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I think for the most part, other than the El Campo tornado, this has been a pretty big nothing burger, even in terms of a severe weather threat, honestly, so that's good. And there's always time for it to change, but if it's going to do something, it's got to be soon. Again, there's a few rotations that I could see trying to do something, all circling the city of Houston. But none of them are actually doing anything because of the messy storm mode, the poor lapse rates, the limited amount of cape at this point. It's all starting to go uphill from here in terms of the fact that a lot of these will die. I'll try that in a second, Kevin. I'm actually going to pull up scope here on mobile. Yeah, we'll check high res. Or not high res, a higher elevation. Yeah, there's a decent pocket of winds there over Brookside Village for sure. Could also say the same about the Leaf rotation. Okay. Again, all the focus is circling Houston at this point. If any one of these storms manages to tighten up for just enough, well, you can't do 2.4 tilt on Omega. Can you do it on scope? Let's check 3. Oh, wow, yeah. So, what does 4 look like? Okay, I'm going to pull this up, actually. Look at this, guys. This is radar scope here. Look at this. That is the rotation over Brookside Village, a few thousand feet into the air. And that is strong and tight. So if that does manage to make its way closer to the surface, we've actually got a serious problem. So again, that's the kind of thing that would produce a big-time tornado. Even if we just go to tilt 3 velocities, we can still see a similar picture. Tilt 2 velocity is a little less intimidating, but still definitely something. And again, tilt 1 velocity, it looks very weak on. But we'll wait and see. We shall wait and see. Get stream chat back up here. The strong tilt is on 4. Again, 3 still looks pretty concerning, though. So I'm actually going to keep that up here on mobile. And it is starting to get a little stronger at the surface. That's a little concerning. We have another special weather statement for downtown Houston, by the way. This is for the storm that has 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This is the one near Alif. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because we've had to say that like 30 times today. And it would be embarrassing if I keep getting it wrong over and over again. I don't know, it's still relatively broad closer to the surface, Mr. Storm, so we shall see. It's definitely possible, though. Again, that's just north of Pearland, Texas. This area had a very strong tornado in January of 23. Obviously, Torrey, Pasadena, Deer Park. Yeah, downtown Houston is in that new special weather statement. I want to see this next velocity scan, but it's not coming out, unfortunately. Alright. Still looks pretty similar over skyscraper shadows, now approaching South Houston and Pasadena. We'll wait for the higher tilts to update here. Favorable merger, bringing that to the surface wouldn't be great. Yeah, that's for sure. Luckily, there's not a lot nearby. This is the one time where this being a discrete storm is actually better. I mean, it's not discrete, but there's no mergers. There's just other storms. So, Tilt 4 still waiting for another scan. Tilt 3, another scan's come out. Looks a little tad bit less impressive, but it looks pretty similar. But we'll see. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we have been live for almost 2 hours covering severe weather across southeast Texas. We're about to see something try to happen near Pasadena, Texas. We may see this produce a tornado if this rotation gets further down to the surface. Again, the higher tilts on the velocities make this storm look a whole heck of a lot more impressive. And look at tilt 4 base velocity. That's wild. But remember, the base velocity also, the color scale is different. But that is what things looked like about 9 minutes ago. Okay, so there's the new scan. So, chat, what do we think? Does this look less or more impressive? It's now getting very close to South Houston. So this is tilt 2. Let's try Super Res tilt 3. Super Res tilt 3 is still a bit outdated of a scan. We did just get a special marine warning for our little beans out here that we've been talking about for a while. Mr. Storm's live. Ryan Hall, he might honestly not go live today. I really doubt that by 4:30 things are going to have picked up any. In fact, if anything, I think things will be a little less impressive. Alright. Rotation looks to be weakening, so that's good. We shall still wait for tilt 4 Super Res velocity to come out. It's been 9 minutes since we got a scan on it, so we should get one soon here. Oh, Literally as soon as I say that. What did the last scan look like again? Yeah, this looks just about as impressive as it did before, a little less, but still nothing to scoff at. Look at that, guys. It's weird. It's not showing town names for me on mobile, but whenever I screen mirror it onto the computer, it does. That makes no sense. But definitely some strong rotation there approaching South Houston and Pasadena. That is quite concerning. And there we go. They went ahead and threw out the tornado warning. That is actually not for this storm, though. That is for a storm up near Macedonia, Texas. So if you are in Macedonia, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows in an interior room. Was not expecting it to go out for that one, but there we go. So let's update the layout here. Alright. Say live tornado warning in Texas. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we just got a brand new tornado warning issued for portions of Texas. This is going out for Liberty, Polk, and Hardin counties. Storm chaser Corey Gherkin is on this storm right now as it continues to rotate. I really figured it was coming out for that storm down towards Pasadena, I'm not going to lie. Again, guys, if you're not aware, if we look at Pasadena, Texas on the super res velocity, what's up, Jesse? But if we look at the super res velocity, we can see South Houston here, very strong rotation higher up in the atmosphere. Again, this is tilt 4, but still, again, we're talking about velocities, it's a little different on computer than it is on mobile. Again, that's weird. About 56 against 21, so what's up, Sam? Again, brand new tornado warning just issued for parts of southeast Texas. If you're included in this, you need to seek shelter immediately. Welcome back. Terminal showing strong rotation in Hardin, Texas. Is that... Okay, that's not what I was thinking. I am seeing something near Humble, Texas. Let's actually confirm if that's rotation or if that's just contamination on a higher tilt. No, it definitely is rotation with that there. We've got some rotation near Atascocita, and if we pull this up, look at this. This is the rotation at tilt 4. Come on. Well, it doesn't want to work, but it's showing 70 mile an hour winds going one way. So there we go. Yeah, 70 mile an hour winds going one way. So that's definitely pretty scary. Again, our tornado warning storm actually does look quite impressive on the tilt 4. But literally any storm with rotation does, so. Okay. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we've been live for about 2 hours now covering tornado warnings and severe weather across southeast Texas. Right now, we've got a tornado warning in effect for portions of Polk, Hardin, and Liberty counties. What's up, Killa? This is going out for sections of Highway 105 near Colony Ridge. We've got strong rotation here. Again, storm chaser Corey Gherkin on this storm. Wow. Let's check high-res storm velocities, storm relative velocities. Yeah, this is actually pretty concerning, guys. It's an embedded area of rotation. It's not very obvious. I don't know what just started charging, but something did. I heard the noise. I did not plug anything in, but... Again, I'm also quite worried about this near Atascocita, Texas. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Check the terminal. Okay. Are you talking about on, like, a terminal radar? Am I being stupid? Please just tell me if I am. Okay, anyway. And we do have a tornado warning now. Wow, we called this one, guys. Tornado warning for Dayton, Texas. Seek shelter immediately. This is for, again, Atascocita, Hoffman. Get to your safe spot. Again, things are kicking off now. Last second. Alright. So again, if you're in this area, you need to seek shelter. Again, we've got tornado warnings starting to come out for parts of Liberty, Harris, Hardin, and Polk counties. So if you know anybody in this area, make sure to let them know what's going on. These are northeast of Houston, Texas. Again, especially this one near Macedonia, I'm very concerned about. Again, though, I thought it was the Pasadena one that just got warned, but it wasn't. Also, for anybody wondering, I don't think that's a CC drop. The northern terminal. Let's check it out. Wow, yeah. Again, we can't see it well, but... Alright. Alrighty. This has been the most active part of the day, which is surprising. But here we are. You never know. And we have been live for literally 2 hours straight, and that's on top of the hour and a half that we did earlier today. And it doesn't look like we're done. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they extended the tornado warning here. This is a different National Weather Service office, so it has to be a separate warning. Tornado warning for Counce, Texas. If that sounds familiar, that's because they had a severe thunderstorm warning literally a few hours ago on our earlier stream today. This is nasty, nasty rotation wrapping up. And that actually might be a CC drop now that I see it. That is a CC drop. We have a tornado on the ground, folks. That is definitely a CC drop. Let's just confirm here. Yeah, that is a CC drop. No way. No way. That is a CC drop. Tornado on the ground in Franklin, Texas. Seek shelter immediately. That is a strong tornado, potentially. Again, that is on the ground. Franklin, Texas. You have to get to your safe spot. Again, underground if you can, but if you can't, just get to the lowest floor of your building. Get into an interior room. You have to be away from windows. Again, this is a dangerous tornado. Again, I was kind of iffy on if that was a CC drop last scan, but this scan, it 100% is, no doubt about it. Hopefully they update this to a confirmed tornado warning. Again, I'm sorry my face has gone so red. It's because of the reflection off of the correlation coefficient, but... Again, if you're just now tuning in, we do have a tornado on the ground near Sam Houston, Texas, Franklin, Texas, Jacob Settlement, this whole area here. You need to be in your safe spot. You gotta get away from windows. We'd prefer you to be underground. This very well could be a strong tornado. We are talking about velocities of 87 miles an hour against 40 miles an hour. This very well could be a strong tornado on the ground. We are looking thousands of feet into the atmosphere on radar, and we can still see a CC drop. So, this very well could be the biggest tornado we have seen today, which isn't saying a lot because it's only the second one, but still. Alright, we've still got a CC drop there. Again, you need to stay in your safe spot. This is approaching Franklin, Texas, right over Highway 105. And... okay. So, again, the velocity is still very impressive, very strong. Again, this is the time where we got to get serious, guys. Alright, rotation broadening out, but still, you have to look at how strong the velocities are. We are talking about 83 miles an hour against 35. So that is 118 gate-to-gate shear. Again, right over Franklin, Texas. Again, if you know anybody in this area, please send them the stream. Let them know what's going on. This is a confirmed tornado near Franklin, Texas. What's up, Cy? Again, though, that is a tornado on the ground. And I know the CC drop doesn't look very impressive, but you have to remember we are far away from the radar, guys. So the fact that we see a CC drop at all is concerning. Earlier it was higher. Earlier it was like 130-ish. But no, we are like 65 miles away from the radar, and we're still seeing a CC drop, so that is concerning. Again, that means this thing is lofting debris far into the atmosphere. Can't see it on vertically integrated liquid, but I did not expect you to be able to anyway. Also, that was a very old scan, so... Again, that is a tornado on the ground over Highway 105. Storm Chaser Corey Gherkin is on this tornado right now. Again, this is not good by any means. I don't even know when this happened, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning now for Many, Louisiana. This is the storm that we said might go severe. Here it is, Many, Louisiana. This is for 60-mile-an-hour winds, half-dollar-sized hail, tornado possible tag. It's got a pretty big hook echo on it. And oh my goodness, it is rotating as well. We could have multiple tornadoes on the ground at once if this plays out wrong. Again, please get to your safe spot if you are in any of our tornado warnings right now. I know we haven't been talking about the one on the northeast side of Houston a lot, just because it's not quite as impressive, but it's still worrisome. And this is now a PDS tornado. We have a particularly dangerous situation. Oh my goodness. We have a PDS tornado ongoing in Texas. Alright, we have to switch to this scene. PDS tornado warning. If you're not aware of what that means, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows in an interior room. PDS stands for particularly dangerous situation. You gotta go. Again, the CC drop's not there anymore, but it very well could still be on the ground. We're very far away from the radar, so we can't see the CC very well. But this is now a PDS tornado warning. Oh my gosh. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Impact, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. That's another thing. If you're in a mobile home, you gotta get out, find more substantial shelter. You have to go. This is a significant situation. Again, do not take this lightly. This is not a normal tornado warning. This is an elevated version of a tornado warning. Wow. Okay. Live PDS tornado in Texas. Okay. So, again, if you're just now tuning in, we have a particularly dangerous situation unfolding over Franklin, Texas. This is a life-threatening situation. Wow. Look at our Huffman storm. Look at how that hook echo is picked up. Again, I'm also concerned about this Louisiana storm. Look at that hook echo. Look at the velocities. That will get a tornado warning, or it should anyway. And that's another one we won't see a CC drop for because we are a decent ways from the radar there. It's not super far, but whenever you're talking, 50 miles, you're not necessarily going to see the CC drop unless it's a decently strength tornado. So again, 3 tornado warnings, 1 severe warning. They just condensed the Tor warning on the other side of this polygon. Okay. Yeah, I cannot believe they went PDS for that. Kevin keeps saying to look at the terminal velocity, so we'll do that. Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. Again, look at that. Again, it's weakening. Still significant, though. Again, a strong area of rotation here. Previously had a tornado on the ground, quite a strong one it looks like. Is near Franklin, Texas. Again, this supercell here that passed by Atasocita again is looking very concerning as well. This tornado warning includes Dayton. If you're in Dayton, you got to get to shelter. We already have power outages. This tornado hit some power lines, obviously. This is not good. I'll see if I can find any photos on X. Just bear with me here, guys. Let me look. Again, this is not good. This is not something that I was expecting to see at this point in the outbreak, but... by the way, the El Campo tornado for a little bit was a wedge, which is crazy. Unless that's a fake video. Okay. Well, shoot. Yeah, I'm not seeing any pictures or videos of it, but again, PDS tornado, you gotta take that as seriously as possible, guys. Wow. And again, this Huffman storm, too, looks pretty concerning. We're not talking about it a lot because we have a much bigger situation ongoing to the northeast, but still. Again, our storm near Many, Louisiana, continues to look concerning for a potential upcoming tornado threat. Some broad rotation there. But again, we have to stay focused in on Texas, guys. Again, this is crazy. Again, very glad that we stayed alive. I was honestly thinking about ending earlier, but I'm glad we're still here. Again, crazy situation right now. Is Kingwood okay? Yeah, Kingwood is fine. Kingwood, I know you said your dad works in Kingwood or something. Don't worry about Kingwood. Kingwood is A-okay at this point. They were in the thick of it for a little bit. Please don't make a joke about that, but they are fine now. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Sheldon and Crosby as well, for a storm that originally had rotation near Pasadena. So if you're in that area, please make sure you're moving indoors. 60-mile-an-hour winds, tornado possible tag. Okay. So again, a lot of rotation there with our storm near Dayton. And again, this one will continue to pick up most likely as it is a semi-discrete supercell. Again, our storm that's PDS is heavily electrified. Well, the 202 alerts, I have every kind of alert on. So those are like high wind advisories, dense fog advisories, winter weather advisories, stuff like that. In terms of severe alerts, we have 3 tornado warnings and 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Okay. So again, oh gosh, dude, our rotation near Eastgate looks to be tightening, if nothing else. Let's actually check the terminal for this one. Yeah, if we had 202 severe alerts, that would be a unbelievable situation, but that's not the case. By the way, our little bean here just off the coast is continuing to pick up in rotation. And again, that's going to have a decent environment to work with here near Galveston. So Galveston Beach, look out. Okay, that's going to come right towards Galveston here. So again, if you're just now tuning in, PDS tornado warning for parts of Texas here. Which cell is read on? Bells? Yeah, it very contaminated though, obviously. If you look, it does not even match up with the hook echo, so. He's on the Eastgate one. Gotcha. Okay. Well, we'll wait for this next scan on the Eastgate one. This could get concerning as well, honestly. So to recap, so far we've had, I know this seems like a lot going on, but so far we've only been able to confirm 2 tornadoes. The one way earlier today near El Campo, and the one that just occurred near Franklin. So, again, while it seems like there is a ton of activity going on, remember, we are still not at, how do I say this? Funnel? Read as a funnel? Is that true? Somebody confirm that. Tornado on the ground, apparently, in Eastgate. So, supposedly, let me actually just check read stream myself. I've got to see this. Tornado on the ground near Gum Grove, Texas, apparently. Again, you got to get to your safe spot. This one looks like it could be a big one, too. So we'll see if that goes PDS. Let me actually look, though. Read Timmer. It's interesting because velocities actually look weaker. Okay. It is very hard to look at our PDS storm on velocities at this point, by the way, but it looks like it's dying. So that's good. So again, supposedly we still have a tornado on the ground near Gum Grove. Reed's intercepting. Hold up. Reed Timmer. Let's see this. Oh, yeah. There we go. We'll likely see them reissue this tornado warning then for the Fullerton area. So get ready for that, Fullerton. Again, Dayton is no longer included in it, even though they originally were. Again, Fullerton, Martha. Alright. So again, still a PDS tornado warning for Liberty County, Texas. Again, that's what I was talking about earlier, guys. Whenever I said, hey, we need to watch this supercell. There you go. Alright, so they did go ahead and extend the tornado warning, so it does include Hardin, Texas now. If you're included in this warning, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows, in an interior room. This is for central Liberty County. That puts us up to 4 tornado warnings. Again, it's only actually 2 storms that it's on, but still. Ryan Scholl's at a red light. Alright. PDS canceled. No, it's still there. It lifted quite a while ago. The PDS one did. Okay, so new severe thunderstorm warning for downtown Houston and Pasadena for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts as the tornado possible tag for this rotation here near Galena Park and Jacinto City. If you're included in this warning, make sure you're moving indoors. Deer Park, Pasadena, and downtown Houston. Again, those are the cities that are included in that there. Yeah, it's still there for me, so. Okay. So again, if you're just not tuning in, we just had multiple tornadoes touch down on the northeast side of Houston, Texas. We had a PDS tornado rip through Franklin, Texas, and we also had a weaker tornado, but still quite strong, go through Eastgate, Texas. So again, if you know anybody in this area, make sure they're doing okay. Again, this is northeast of Houston. We've also got ourselves a big-time supercell rolling through Houston. Again, we said it over and over again that this would be the spot to watch. And there we go. Alright. So the PDS tornado warning expires in just now. I was going to say like 10 seconds. So that puts us back to a regular tornado warning and also down to 3 tornado warnings. Okay. Look at that supercellular shape. Did Ryan still not go live? I don't know if he was doing something or not whenever it all kicked off, but I don't think he's live yet. Oh, he is. I was incorrect. My fault. Alright, we're down to two tornado warnings now. The backside one for this cell was canceled. Or it expired or something. Thought it was just the one that was going to expire, but nope. I was wrong. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not good. That is tight rotation. Look at that build near Simmons Bottom. If you're in this area, you need to seek shelter. That's all I can say. I guess it doesn't necessarily match up with our hook echo, so it's partially contaminated, but it's something. Again, these cells are kind of crashing into each other. They kind of killed each other, but still rough. The rotation north of Pasadena is again broad, but somewhat strong. It's getting stronger. So let's hope we don't have another Deer Park disaster, but I guess Deer Park is, yeah, it is in this area. Again, 3 tornadoes so far confirmed. If this is today, I am really not looking forward to what Saturday is going to look like. I'm going to say that right now. Because Saturday's setup is much more potent. The cells are going to be much more discrete. And overall, things are just going to be a lot worse in general. So.
You want to go to the gym or no?
Okay. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we are watching multiple tornado warnings across portions of southeastern Texas here. We have one tornado warning in effect for Hardin County, one in effect for Liberty County. Again, we previously had a couple of tornadoes roll through Liberty County here that caused significant damage, most likely. Again, we had a deep CC drop on one of them, and the other one, Reed Zimmer, intercepted with the Dominator. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Saturday's risk is a lot more potent than today's, actually. We'll kind of go over that towards the end of the stream, but again, we've got ourselves multiple tornado warnings to watch right now, so we're going to mostly focus on those. So there is the report there. Social media images show tornado northwest of Dayton. Again, that was only 5 minutes ago, so that's kind of concerning. Wow. Okay. I don't think there's going to be much of a reason to go live in an hour, but alright. We probably won't even have any severe warnings in an hour. It's possible. Again, it looks like things are starting to calm down here. Again, if you're not aware, we just had two tornadoes rip through Liberty County. That doesn't mean anything, though. The shade of the level of outlook from the SPC doesn't determine everything. That was also put out over 2.5 hours ago, so it's not completely accurate at this point. Sorry about that. Still a lot of hail with our storm over Many, Louisiana, and Fisher, as well as Alfred Heights. Slightly stronger rotation your channel view. Yeah, we've been talking about that. Yeah, it was a waiting game, that's for sure. And we played that game for about 2.5 hours until something finally happened. Again, and whenever it did happen, it was quite bad. Again, it's hard to say that today's event overperformed since we only had 3 tornadoes, but I'd say it performed a little under what we were expecting or at what we were expecting. Okay, new severe thunderstorm warning for counts once again. If you're included in this, make sure you're moving indoors. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, tornado possible tag. You should already be in shelter, though. Yeah, but Sam, the tornado actually touched down before that tag even got put on there. You can look. There was a CC drop. Alrighty. Let's go. We're down to 2 tornado warnings. Also, if they upgraded it to confirmed on time, or if they upgraded it to confirmed, I feel like if it went confirmed, it would have went PDS. But again, they didn't do that, so. So 21ZH again, showing this mostly becoming a damaging wind threat from this point forward. So again, I think, so we are down to 120 to warning now, and I think whenever that one gets canceled, which it should shortly, not really any rotation with that left, I think we should be sailing for the rest of the night. I don't think we will see an embedded tornado. I'm just going to say that out flat. Again, I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it's going to happen. Okay. What's up, Clint? How's it going? Again, we've been live for almost 3 hours. Oh, crap. Did I mess up? What's the title of this stream? Okay, no, we're fine. I thought I messed up for a second. I changed the original stream title. Attic radar's down? Dang. Well, you know, I don't know if you know this, but the SPC is not always right. I mean, Christmas Eve, they didn't even have a 2% tour risk, and we had like 4 tour warnings and one that touched down, so. Welcome back, Storm Chaser 575. Yeah, today is definitely a crazy day. Again, it looks like we got a line of damaging wind trying to develop over Bay City. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's why I always like to not rely on a free radar. I think it's always worthwhile to pay for a decent radar app. And again, you don't have to get like the max subscription or anything, but just having Radar Omega is a big help for stuff like this. If I did not have Radar Omega, I would not be doing this every day. And again, it literally only costs $9, so it's like I thought they were shutting down Attic Radar anyway. Whatever happened to that? Will any of these storms hit Missouri? No. Missouri's chilling. I mean, in a pinch, attic radar's fine, but it's not gonna have you be able to do 3 hours of coverage on PDS tornadoes, you know? Someone, oh, okay. I know Wikipedia needs, funds. They can't be sold. Every time you open Wikipedia, they are literally begging you for money, which is kind of sad, but... I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I understand. Just gets a bit annoying. I've actually never used Weatherwise. I have to try it out sometime, but I've just never had the need to, since Omega and Scope pretty much take care of everything. Speaking of Scope, let's pull it up here. Honestly, it hurts me to say this, but as an app, Scope is probably better than Omega, but I like Omega's graphics better. Again, it pains me internally to say that, but... because I've always been Team Omega. Welcome back, Jack. We have a little bit of rotation southwest of Dayton, Texas. That is a little supercell they're trying to get going. It's not doing very well, though, because it's not discrete. And... yeah, Scope really is better. Again, it hurts me to say it, but... how's the threat doing? We had a PDS tornado warning a little bit ago. Again, we've had 3 tornadoes, all of decent strength today. So... I'd say that the threat is performing kind of as we expected, maybe a little bit below what we were expecting. Let's see, what else do we have here? Trying to see if there's anything else that we need to be concerned about. Our rotation near Cloverleaf is still kind of kicking about there. In the higher levels of the atmosphere, it looks a bit more impressive. It's actually this one west of Cloverleaf that I'm talking about, not the one near Channelview that we have been talking about for a while. Higher up in the atmosphere, it's a bit more impressive. Still nothing crazy, though. Northeast of Crosby, we've got some... again, that's the Stell we already mentioned, though. Nothing else really at this point, so. Again, I feel like I'm being so boring right now, but there's not much to say. I've also been talking for a few hours already. What should make t-shirts? Radar scope? Yeah, we've got rotation developing near South Dayton. And there we go. Tornado warning now for Dayton, Texas. If you're in this area, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows in an interior room. Literally 5 seconds after we said, that's got some rotation. So again, tornado warning now for Dayton, Liberty, and Hardin. Seek shelter immediately. So we continue. I don't know how long we've been live for. Looks like it's been about 2.5 hours-ish, a little longer. Alright, so as of right now, this is definitely the most concerning rotation that we have, so we're going to stay zoomed in on this. It's also heading for a populated area. Again, Liberty and Dayton both have a few thousand people, or at least close to it, I believe. Hey Siri. Okay, never mind. But yeah. So again, we gotta continue to watch this here. My back hurts, dude. Alrighty. Okay, not much to say other than that. We got a report from our tornado near Atacosita again. Social media video of water spout over Lake Houston moving onto land, and that's the one that Timmer was on. And we called that one out way before it got warned, so we did a good job on that one. Trying to make sure we've been staying on top of things today, and I think we've done pretty good. We've kind of been cleaning up. If somebody doesn't notice it, somebody else jumps in and helps. Again, I think we've been pretty positive today. So again, I appreciate that. Two and two. It's funny that we've almost had more tornado warnings today than severe warnings. 10,000 people live in Dayton. Are you sure that's Dayton, Texas? I guess it is pretty densely populated. It's possible. Obviously, Dayton, Ohio is way more than that, so 9,000 live in Liberty, yeah. A little higher than I was expecting, honestly, but we haven't checked up on our Louisiana storm a whole lot, and that's because there's been other stuff to watch closely, but still strong storm there near Natchitoches, definitely. It's been going for hours, like literally since before we started this stream. So much lightning with our storms in Texas, which again is sometimes a sign of some rapid intensification. It's weird to use that term for a thunderstorm, but I just did it. We have been live for a long time. In almost 3 hours. And we also had an hour and a half stream earlier today, so. Sorry if I'm a little low energy, but this is literally what I've been doing all day. kind of tunnel visioning on Raider Omega. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't canceled this severe thunderstorm watch yet. This absolutely does not need to be here. There's barely even any thunderstorms in it at this point. It's mostly just a big batch of rain. Really, we could have been fine without them issuing it in the first place, but you never know. Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot else to say other than that. Rotation continues. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Again, tomorrow we'll be live for the marginal risk down in the deep south. Again, I don't think we're going to see too much, but maybe an isolated wind gust, hailstone, or tornado occurs anywhere across parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, or the Florida Panhandle. What's up, Paige? Wall cloud developing north of Hardin. Alright, we'll focus on that. I'm too lazy to zoom back in on the storm, so I'm going to use the search feature. You say north of Hardin? Yeah, we've had at least 3 confirmed tornadoes today. Are you talking about with our line up here? Oh, no, you're talking about this supercell. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to continue the tornado warning on that one, so we'll have to keep a close eye on it if there is a wall cloud developing. Again, I'm almost more concerned about our Dayton storm, though. It's a more populated area, and it's probably relatively the same strength of rotation. Alright, CSI, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Paige. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we are watching tornado warnings across parts of southeast Texas, as we have been for several hours today. The far northern severe from Lake Charles. You talking about the one up by Natchitoches? What about it? It's got quite a bit of hail. Your friend Shirley lives in Dayton? Wow. Make sure she's in her safe spot. And thank you for sending her this stream. That helps a lot. Again, if she's in Dayton, she is very close to the worst of it. Again, it's going to go right through the southeast side of town. Over Highway 90. Again, after that, it'll approach Liberty, Sand Dune, Fridge, Settlement. She's aware? Alright. Thank you for sending her the stream, though, so we can keep her posted. It gets north of her? Okay. Again, still some rotation here north of Cove, just now developing. Seems to be weakening anyway, so hopefully that trend continues, but you never know. That's been the quote from today. You never know. Because you don't. Right. 1 tornado warning, 1 severe warning left. I think this is the lowest we've been on both of those counters since things really kicked off. Like, they both haven't been at 1 at the same time for a while now. Actually, I don't think they have been at those specific numbers at all. They were below that at one point, but anyway, enough yapping. Okay, we got about 15 minutes left on our tornado warning, 30 minutes left on our severe warning for counts. I'm not going to lie, other than the lightning threat with this, I'm not too concerned about this storm. I don't see it doing a whole lot at this point. Reed Timmer was a mile from our house. You know that's when stuff's going down, is whenever Reed Timmer's a mile away from your house. Again, our tornado warning I'll continue to watch, but it looks like it's starting to die out, hopefully. Again, this has been a interesting day, to say the least. We started out strong, somewhat strong, and then we dipped down into nothingness. We figured this was going to be a nothing burger, and then we shot up again, and things were super intense, and now we're back on the downward trend where there's not too much going on, and it's been a journey. It certainly has. Again, in general, though, I think the threat is going down for good this time. I'm not saying it's going to completely end, but I think it's going down. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for east central Texas. This is going in effect for areas northwest of Pineland. We've got some strong rotation with that as well. Half dollar size tail, 60 mile an hour winds, tornado possible. If you're in this area, make sure you're moving indoors and away from windows. Puts us back up to 2 severe warnings. It's getting over 2,000 in Liberty County without power after tornadoes multiple rip through that one county. Yeah, so a lot of this rotation here near Liberty now is just a lot of wind. So Liberty, get ready for a big-time wind bag. I mean, we're talking about gusts 70, 80 miles an hour potentially, but... Alright, how's it going, Mr. Storm? What's up, Shirley? Caden, what's up? How's it going? So again, if you're just not tuning in, still some stronger rotation near Liberty, Texas. Tornado warning in effect for Liberty County. And if you're in this area, you need to be in your safe spot. And again, a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for portions of Hardin County. Oh, is this the one that was in the tornado warning? Yeah, I hope you're doing okay, Shirley. And then another severe thunderstorm warning as well for parts of east central Texas up towards the Pineland area. A little bit of rotation with that, but nothing crazy. And there we go, another tornado warning just issued. New tornado warning in effect north of Counts. Again, this storm has been off and on with tornado warnings. Here we go again. My back hurts. I think I need to stand up and stretch out for a second. Bear with me. Sorry about that. That was kind of weird. Alrighty. Dude, we cannot see. You've got to actually be joking me. We are literally right on the 1 pixel dead zone. That is unbelievable. Are you actually serious? We really do. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, but it's not something I really have control over, so. Was intense for about 30 minutes, but wind has died down and not raining as hard. All is safe. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. That is unbelievable, though, that we are in the 1 pixel dead zone. That is insane. This storm could literally be anywhere else in this 500-mile radar radius, and it had to choose the 1 pixel where it's dead. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely true. Is there actually a town named Dyes? Alright. I'm assuming it's pronounced Diaz or something, but if not, that's a little concerning. I was thinking about that voltage. Yeah, it's not necessarily just a Texas thing. Massachusetts also has a town called Sandwich. Like, they were really scraping the bottom of the barrel for that one. What's up, Drew? No, we're talking about Texas. Okay. So that new radar scan there, we can actually see the velocities again. And again, they are quite strong, quite tight. Yeah, let's do it. There we go. Dyess, Arkansas. Yeah, I've seen more weird town names than I care to admit doing this. Well, yeah, if this was surface closer to the surface velocities, I would be freaking out. Yeah, I thought there was a Sandwich UK as well. No, did not mean to do that. Again, Saturday looks to be very, very intense. Again, I think Saturday has about a 50-50 shot to go moderate. And if it does, I don't think it'll be moderate for the tornado threat, but maybe moderate for the wind threat. Again, we're talking about a potential derecho. Let's look at the NAM here. So, if we play out to Friday, Here we are. No, we need Saturday, not Friday. This is Saturday. Did I say Friday originally? I meant Saturday. As you can see, we've got ourselves big old lines of storms over and over again, discrete cells. Again, it's mostly going to be an overnight event. It's going to be complicated. Again, it's a highly caped environment. There's going to be a decent amount of wind shear. SRH should not be a problem. Lapse rates are going to be fine. So overall, pretty concerning event. And again, this event even could stretch a little further north into like the southern part of the Ohio Valley. Again, still some rotation approaching Hardin, Texas. Right now near Sand Dune. Alright, the tornado warning has been extended for this storm. Tornado warning continues for Hardin. Butler County, Missouri, probably not. Missouri is usually quite dead over the winter. As is about 40 of the 50 states. My back still hurts, dude. This temporarily helped, but how have we not been live for 3 hours yet? Feels like 2 hours and 30 minutes was like 14 hours ago. Well, let's see. Because this was a premiere, I can't see the exact minute that we actually started. Bruh, it's only been... Oh, wait, no, it's been 3 hours. Forgot, because we started at exactly 2, so it's been 2 hours and 58 minutes. No, I've seen that. I saw the guy pronounce it. That was an incredible video. I'm enjoying this chair very much. So again, if you're just not tuning in, we are watching tornado warnings across portions of southeast Texas. Right now we've got 3 in effect. One of them is in effect for portions of northeastern Hardin and central Tyler counties, and the other 2 that we have in effect are for the same storm across parts of Liberty County, which, by the way, has already been hit by multiple tornadoes earlier this afternoon. I don't know why I did those 2 sentences in that reporter voice like that. Crazy how I can just turn that voice off and on. See, now I'm not talking like that. See, now I am talking like that. It's my specialty. That's crazy. If you know, shout out to you. If you don't know, I don't even know what to say. Can you believe that it was bright outside whenever we started this stream? It was literally midday. It's crazy. They did just issue a mesoscale discussion for parts of Louisiana. Severe threat is expected to spread into central and southern Louisiana this evening. New tornado watch appears warranted. I really would have figured they would have stuck with a severe watch, but new tornado watch will be issued, it looks like, for parts of southern, southwestern, and central Louisiana through Alexandria. It's a little bit of a surprise. Man, I would have expected a severe watch, but they're keeping the Tor watch. Alrighty then. There you go, I guess. Next SBC update doesn't come out for another 2 hours, unfortunately. This rotation is actually looking quite concerning. Again, this is several thousand feet into the atmosphere, but still, southeast of Village Mills, that's something to watch. We also won't be able to see a CC drop because of how far it is away from the radar. New tornado warning has been issued for southeastern Liberty County. I've literally learned this county by heart now because we've been talking about it all day. DeZeta and Devers seek shelter immediately. Devers. Move indoors, away from windows, interior room, lowest floor possible. Getting good at that. It's been a while since I've had to say that before today. Why are we just talking about town names in the chat? I mean, I'm fine with it, I'm just confused. Again, sorry I haven't said anything for a while. Just not a lot to talk about at this point. I think you guys kind of get the gist. Again, my back is in extraordinary pain. What's up, Sam? Welcome back. The one time I can't go live is when a bunch of tornadoes happen. Yeah, that happens to me quite a bit. It's pretty crazy, Dahani. Said your name right. I'm tired. I've got nothing done today other than hours upon hours on end of streaming. But Whenever we have to do it, we will do it. Being tired is no reason to quit. No, this isn't the longest stream on this channel. That would have to go to the Chicago to Rate show. I can go live for 10 hours, but I don't have the time. And there's no reason. I don't think there's ever been an event where it's like, man, I wish I could go live for 10 hours today. Like, there's never 10 hours straight of activity. Because I don't want to wake up folks in my house. Usually a general rule of thumb that I try to follow is after 11 p.m., no streaming. Again, I will one day if it ever gets very bad, but usually there's never a reason to go live after 11 anyways. I think during the Chicago to Rate show we went after 11, but... yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Kevin. Or Charles Wickinson. And I think they should probably just extend it as a severe watch, honestly. I really wouldn't extend it as a tour watch. Don't think that's a great idea. Here we go. So, as I said, we weren't going to get out of this event without some flash flood warnings. Flash flood warning for Counts, Texas, Central Hardin County. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roadways. If you haven't seen my Christmas Day tornado documentary, my Christmas gift to you guys, make sure to check that out. A documentary on the historic Christmas Day 2012 tornado outbreak. I think next year I'm going to do 2016. Was it 16 or 15? 2016, I think. So there was a pretty significant Christmas outbreak on that day as well. Kevin Durant's crazy. Yeah, Kevin Durant can't get enough of Davis's weather. May 26th, I had a 400-yard tornado, one county over. It was an EF2 tornado. It was doing 120 miles an hour near town. Wowzers. I'm pretty excited to watch Convective Chronicles' video on this event. Assuming he does one. Because I think it's very interesting from a meteorological standpoint what happened today. We did just get a special weather statement for, you guessed it, 40-mile-an-hour winds and pea-sized hail north of Baytown, Texas. So if you're in that area, make sure you move it indoors. Again, it's literally like a grid of lightning here. It's so perfectly aligned. Luckily, no one was injured or killed. Nice. Happened at 6 a.m. That was a moderate risk day, wasn't it? Got a flood advisory for eastern Houston as well. Just issued 1 minute ago. Yep. Yeah, that was Oklahoma, Kansas, no, an Oklahoma, Texas moderate risk. I don't think Kansas was included in it. Maybe a sliver of Kansas, but I think Arkansas was in a bit of it. There have just been way too many moderate risks this year to keep track of every single one off the top of my head at the day that they happened. I think if I was held at gunpoint at a wall, though, I'd be able to do it. Kind of a weird thing to say, but... There's your daily Simon appearance. That's right, Missouri was included in a little bit of it. I kind of remember that because people were freaking out that it didn't go high risk. And then the event actually happened and people were like, okay. That's fun, actually. If you can't tell, I'm very much enjoying this chair compared to that piece of crap. I personally enjoy it when it's my town getting hit, but I think that's just me being a weirdo. Saw a storm chaser saying Texas and Louisiana threat. Is it going to be a long night? It could be a long night, but it's not going to be active like right now is. I mean, it's going to be a few severes, maybe an isolated tornado warning. It's not going to be anything like what's happening right now or what happened earlier today. I think it could be a big wind event, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I wouldn't expect to have another stream tonight. Maybe later if I get bored, but I've done nothing today other than stream, so... Eat some lunch. But yeah, the tornado warning northeast of Counts looks still somewhat concerning. Countsy, however you pronounce it. I've just been calling it Counts, so... One minute left until we get a couple tornado warnings to expire, and then also a severe warning to expire. That'll bring us down to 2 and 1. Or no, 1 and 1. Once again. And then another warning will get issued, and we'll be here for another half hour. It might honestly, because this line of storms east of Bay City, again, gusts up to 40. Just got issued. It's Kuntz, is it really? Well, I feel stupid. Again, I said that earlier. I was like, we've mentioned this town 100 times today. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but nope. Apparently not. So that's fun. There we go, 1 and 1. I like how it was like 2 hours ago that we were saying, I think I should be able to end stream soon if nothing else happens. No, did not mean to bring that up. Crazy, it's still daylight out there. Yeah, there's a good chance we're only live here for about 15 more minutes. As soon as this severe and this tornado warning goes away, if nothing else happens, I'm done. We've been live for, like, close to 5 hours total today. We got some power outages now in the county that Kuntz is in, so hopefully that's just damaging wind related, not tornadic. We haven't had any confirmed tornadoes that we know of from that storm, and we want to keep it that way. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see that get a severe warning, the Baytown cell. Honestly. Kind of hoping it doesn't, though, because, again, I want to get out of here. I want to skedaddle. Also got some power outages in the county that's got hit by our storm in Louisiana that was severe originally. Don't know what county it is, but it's the one that holds Natchitoches and many. Let's try to get this stream to 40 likes before we end here. We only need 2 more. We can do that. If not already, make sure to like the stream. We haven't had totally a super active viewership this stream, but I didn't expect to because, again, literally like 20 channels that are bigger than me for weather are live right now. So, again, this was a big day. For December, anyway. For late December, this was a big day. Old River Winfrey looks like it. What does that even mean? Oh, that's actually a town. Yeah, it's a very chunky supercell. That was literally on my screen whenever I was questioning what it was. I'm stupid. Not necessarily a super intense one, though. Again, a lot of lightning, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, hail. Wouldn't doubt a tornado down the line, but right now I think it's kind of chilling. What's up, Dahani? Oh my gosh, dude. So again, our first stream today, we were live for an hour and 15 minutes, and this stream we've been live for about an hour and a half, or an hour and a half, 3.5 hours. So it's been about 5 hours of streaming time total today. I have no life. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun. It's been intense. It's been weird. It's been wacky. It's been wild. It's been a little bit of everything. And again, Saturday looks even crazier. So honestly, if I'm completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Burnt out tomorrow of streaming, I'm not gonna go live for a marginal risk because I need to rest up for Saturday. I need to actually do some stuff tomorrow because Saturday will be big. So tomorrow I may honestly take a break. We may have like a short 30-minute stream or something, but we're definitely not streaming for over 5 hours like we did today. Like button smash through the phone screen. Let's go. Yeah, we're trying to hit 40 likes before we end off here, so if you could like the stream, that would help out a lot. And we're going to be live for about 10 more minutes here. Then we're going to say goodbye. You smash your screen, smashing the like button. Let's go. Like the hype. Apparently we had damaging winds in Oregon today. Damaged an RV parking structure they've got the specific dimensions of it and everything in here. That's incredible. It was in Dexter, Oregon. New severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for the Baytown cell. 60-mile-an-hour winds, tornado possible tag. We're not staying alive till that expires. I'm sorry. In fact, I think we're gonna end off things here. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for support. We did it at 40 likes to streams. That's awesome. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Again, I love you guys. Look behind me. What? Okay.